On an ordinary Thursday night at Warren Tech, a 6-year-old girl changed everything. The glass lobby doors burst open as little Laya Warren ran inside, white dress torn, tears streaking her cheeks. "My mom, she's hurt. She won't wake up." Employees froze. The security guard stepped forward. The receptionist gasped, but Leia didn't run to any of them. She ran straight to the janitor. She grabbed the gray uniform of a man everyone else overlooked. "Mr. Daniel, please," she sobbed. "You have to help her." Daniel Carter looked down at her, this quiet, gentle child who often visited him in the basement, and something in him shifted. For 3 years, he'd been invisible. A mop, a uniform, a name on a rotating schedule. But now, clarity snapped into place. He set his mop aside. "Show me where." Every morning, Daniel arrived through the service entrance at 5 a.m. He cleaned bathrooms no one thanked him for, emptied trash bins people overfilled, scrubbed away coffee stains executives left behind. He lived alone in a basement apartment. 1 bed, 1 table, 1 photo lying face down on a dresser. He never spoke unless spoken to, never joined conversations, never volunteered information. Management liked it that way. He was reliable, quiet, invisible. But 3 nights a week, after work, Daniel walked to a rundown community center and taught first aid to anyone who would listen. Street kids, struggling parents, elderly neighbors. He never told them he had once been a doctor. He never told anyone. 20 floors above him, Cecilia Warren ran Warren Tech with fierce determination. At 34, she had inherited a failing company and turned it into a rising tech giant. She traveled constantly, made decisions worth millions. Balanced motherhood with a schedule that would break most people. But lately, the numbers in her reports weren't adding up. Funds were disappearing, shell companies were showing up. Transactions she never approved had her CFO's signature on them. She was getting close to the truth, too close. Cecilia stayed late that Thursday night, gathering proof of embezzlement worth millions. At 10:30 p.m., she texted her nanny, "Coming down." 5 minutes. She took the elevator to the dim garage. 2 masked men stepped from behind a van and grabbed her before she could scream. Hard hits, a blow to the ribs, papers scattering. A head slammed against concrete. "Where are the backup files?" one demanded. She tried to run. They dragged her back. Another hit. Another. Darkness. Mrs. Chen brought Laya down to the garage when Cecilia didn't respond to calls. They found her bleeding on the concrete. "Don't touch her," Mrs. Chen whispered, calling 911 with shaking hands. But Laya tore away from her. "We need Mr. Daniel." She ran through the garage, into the elevator, across the lobby, straight to the janitor everyone else ignored. Daniel listened to her trembling words. "Sub-level 2, please. She won't wake up." The security guard said the ambulance would arrive in 6 minutes. Daniel's eyes sharpened. That might be too long. They raced back down. As soon as the elevator doors opened, Daniel wasn't a janitor anymore. He was something else. He scanned the scene like someone trained for chaos. Then he knelt over Cecilia. Unconscious, shallow breathing, possible internal bleeding, arm fracture, head trauma. "Call 911 back," he ordered. "Tell them trauma, possible internal injuries." Mrs. Chen stared at him. "You're the janitor. Make the call." He removed his jacket, revealing a worn chest bag full of military-grade medical gear. Hemostatic gauze, cervical collar, trauma dressings. Not janitor equipment, not even paramedic equipment. He worked with swift precision, stabilizing her neck, packing wounds, checking pupils, splinting her arm, positioning her to protect her airway. "Laya," he said gently, "talk to your mom. Keep her with us." Sirens grew louder. Paramedics arrived and froze when they saw the setup. "Who did this?" the lead paramedic asked. "I did," Daniel replied. "This is battlefield work. Military?" He didn't answer. Cecilia woke in a hospital bed to her daughter's trembling voice. "Mr. Daniel saved you." Detective Morris arrived soon after. The men who attacked her were her CFO's assistants. They confessed Richard Brennan had ordered it. "Now about the janitor," the detective added. "We ran his prints." Cecilia waited. Captain Daniel Carter, U.S. Army Medical Corps, decorated battlefield trauma surgeon. 27 confirmed saves under fire. Honorable discharge 8 years ago. Then he disappeared. Her breath caught. The quiet man with the mop had once saved lives under gunfire. Why was he here? Cecilia found him at the community center, teaching teens how to dress wounds. "You should be resting," he said. "You saved my life," she replied. "Why didn't you tell anyone you were a doctor?" "Because I'm not," Daniel said softly. "Not anymore." He told her about the explosion in Kandahar that killed his wife, Emily, a nurse. He had saved 11 people that day, but not her. "I failed the one person who mattered," Daniel said. "What right do I have to practice medicine after that?" "You saved me," Cecilia whispered. "You saved my daughter from losing her mother." He looked away, eyes burning. "I couldn't let her feel what I felt." The next morning, Cecilia faced Richard Brennan at a board meeting, presenting evidence of his crimes. He denied everything, until she revealed the FBI had already indicted him. He snapped. He lunged toward her. He never reached her. Daniel stepped in front of Cecilia with quiet force. "Step back," he said. FBI agents burst in and arrested Brennan. Cecilia trembled. "You didn't need me," Daniel told her softly. "I needed to know I wasn't alone," she whispered. "Someone I trust." Over the following months, Daniel and Cecilia grew close, slowly, gently. Laya visited him daily. Cecilia began having lunch with him, sharing stories she'd never told anyone else. He listened with the same patience he gave her daughter. One afternoon, she brought an idea. "I want to build a community health center," she said. "Free, safe, welcoming. For the people who fall through the cracks." She reached for his hand. "I want you to run it." Daniel hesitated. "My license is gone. And every time I think about practicing again, I see Emily." "You don't honor her by hiding," Cecilia said softly. "You honor her by helping people the way you both believed in." Little Laya ran up with a drawing, a building with a red cross, kids of all colors smiling, and a man in a white coat. "This is your hospital," she said, "where everyone gets help." Daniel's throat tightened. "I'll try," he whispered. The Daniel Carter Community Health Center opened with a line around the block. Veterans, families, children, people who'd been forgotten. Daniel moved through the halls in scrubs that finally felt like home again. Cecilia watched him come alive. They became a family without ever naming it. Weekend outings, shared dinners, quiet moments. Laya told everyone at school she had 2 parents now. 1 year after the attack, during the center's anniversary celebration, Daniel stood on stage. "A year ago, I was lost," he said. "Then 2 people saw something in me I couldn't see in myself." He stepped down and knelt, not in front of Cecilia, but in front of Laya. "Laya," he said, holding a small ring, "may I have your permission to ask your mother an important question?" She squealed. "Yes, ask her." Then Daniel turned to Cecilia, tears in his eyes. "You saw me when I was invisible. You gave me a second chance at life, at purpose, at family. I can't promise perfection, but I can promise I'll be here. For you. For her. Always." He held out a ring. "Will you marry me?" Cecilia whispered yes. Laya threw her arms around them both, and the man who once hid behind a mop stepped fully into the light.